presented by Curse Voice, coming into the picks and bans, and here we are. Enemy on your left, rival on your right. The first ban will undoubtedly be, what are you feeling?
I mean, Bologna, Alkwang, Ratatoskr are generally not going to make it through.
Yeah. So with this rival team, where are we looking the most for the carry potential as we see Athena banned out?
I would have to say Best.
Best?
Right? I mean, Best is the person that we've known for so long. He did great on Denial when he was on that team. He was doing greatly before that on Team Dignitas. Like, there's very little lack of success on the player. Like, he's just incredible on all fronts. But no Bologna available. That should be first pick for Enemy.
Yeah, that would be a good look. Regardless of who's on your roster, Bologna's just a fantastic character. It doesn't... not very high execution. Very easy to pull off a lot of what Bologna does, unless you're trying to kill a Thor coming down from the air.
Realistically, the hardest thing to do on Bologna is hit the landing of the swing on Bludgeon, which is not all that difficult.
Right. As opposed to some of the other characters. Believe it or not, I think Opwash is difficult to play safely. And some of the other gods out there are a little harder to execute with, but Bologna will be our first pick for Enemy. Option over to the incumbent rival.
Ymir, super early.
Now, this is exciting to me, because when you pick a Ymir this early, that means you are confident on the character. I don't think Ymir is a bad first pick if you have the skill set to make it worthwhile.
Sure.
When I see it, that shows me just pure confidence. We get both Ymir and Giannis locked in, and Medusa on the other side. Enemy still has one more shot. No Athena, though. Gonna go Geb.
So Ymir, again, still a flex pick. Some solo potential, although not a lot, and then a very competent jungler.
Yes, without a doubt. That's really where we've seen him shine. Sort of the off-brand of Ymir going into the jungle. Third pick will be Sylvanas, so that almost destines Ymir for the jungle. Sylvanas is a pure guardian at the most top level.
Opwash going to be banned away, as well as Apollo. Don't want to deal with that as Medusa. Apollo has done very well against Medusa all day today. 2 times we saw Cognitive take the Apollo and use it very well against Medusa.
Rival shows no problem with the Apollo taking off the table. We'll just lock in Rom rather quickly, and all of a sudden Rival's team is starting to look very, very strong. You've got the setup from Sylvanas for the Rom snipes. Ymir also provides stuns for that much. And the Monkey King going the side of Enemy.
The King is back.
He is.
One of the safest, strongest solo laners, has a better end game than Chalk, although probably not as good of an early game. A lot of damage on the character, though, in the end game, especially picking up something like Mystical Mail, although he probably doesn't have that advantage here, given the fact that Ymir's in the jungle, and if he builds into it, he's going to get slammed.
Isis will round out the pick for Enemy, and Tyr is going to be picked on Rival. Now, Tyr is a character that I absolutely love, but will be problematic. He's not going to kill Sun Wukong anytime soon.
Right.
Isis is actually immune to his Fearless while she's using Wing Gust, so he's going to have to pick his targets carefully. Really, the only Tyrable target is going to be Medusa.
And even so, like, a quick beads lacerate, and she's completely out of danger. I'm looking a lot here towards Bologna. Bologna should be able to shut down Ymir pretty hard. I'm expecting invade potential here. Bologna Sun Wukong is very hard to deal with.
To say the least. I mean, as you said, the clear from Sun Wukong early is not quite as strong as Chalk, but that doesn't mean it's anything to shake a stick at. The Cudgel, if you go that route, is extra damage onto the minions, and the Slow, if you go Master's Will, both are really solid options. That's just going to cause problems for anybody that walks near them.
So we're into the game here, and we're going to see Enemy Esports going up against Team Rival. Remember, guys, best of 5 set here. Winner of this set will relegate into the Pro League. That's it, plain and simple. 3 games, you're a pro. Yeah, and
it's been a long road to get here, so, if it seems like a short process, the process to get to this point was definitely difficult. The Challenger Cup was sprawled over multiple weeks, almost multiple months, honestly, next to the Pro League. And that's why we see Team Rival here, sponsored even. Unsponsored, they were Team Yomi, and Rival has extended their hand to support this team in their relegation as they hope to make it to the SPL over Enemy. And right away, our questions about roster are answered. We've got Awesome to the Max, one of my absolute personal breakout players of the SPL. We haven't seen enough.
Brilliant.
I mean, it floored me when he was benched at one point.
That was straight up just a bad call. Whoever made that call was foolish, and that's the only way to put it. If you don't like that, well, go back and read the stats. The kid is amazing.
I'll definitely agree with that.
Here are the questions, though.
Shoot.
Who the hell is Turtle Man?
Turtle Man is my friend over there next to production, but as far as in this game, I have no idea. We've got a new name, Maybe it's a rename like the last matchup.
That's Shing's brother.
Maybe. Oh, God. No, it's actually Ataraxia's sister, confirmed by Twitch chat. But Skeledon is a player that we've seen a bunch of.
You know what's interesting is Skeledon's actually a really good friend and close friend of TV, the sub and coach for Team Rival. I know this because TV has been using the Rising Thunder account of Skeledon.
Uh-oh. Rising Thunder. I'm going to talk to Victor about it.
I tried to snipe him like 3 times, couldn't get him.
We'll take a look at the solo lane matchup right here. Sun Wukong joined by the jungler. Meanwhile, Rival only has Tier, which is unrelinquished right there. Now, if you follow the scene for a while, we've mentioned the best and met Yankee. Mytheria is a player that you must notice as well. He's a longtime player, and I'm not sure if he's still doing it today, but for a long part of his Masters-ranked career, he used an Xbox controller.
He's also a huge troll.
Of course.
He's a massive troll. Like, when you think of ranked trolls, like, Mytheria is the top of that list.
What are some of the things that he does?
I mean, he's just a troll. He just like yells and curse and laughs hysterically at everything,
and then wins.
And then he wins. Like, that's the problem. There's so much talent. Maybe he's gonna take this seriously, dude. When that guy plays seriously, that kid is a monster.
It's scary. I love to see the new talent or the old new talent in Mytheria's sense come into play in these heightened stages, and we'll see as Enemy Esports started one of the more advanced strategies. They're going to actually pick up the red buff now rather than earlier when the game just started.
So Skeledon and Jerby going to be rotating through the jungle here to try to clean up as much as possible. I like this, the way that they're splitting camps. You'll also note that Jerby did a absolutely frame-perfect auto-attack cancel to pull that red buff. That, to me, is really important, not because he's maximizing his damage, but because Jerby is super focused.
Right, and I mean, we've seen so many different faces of Jerby, honestly. There's the old adage of Jerby misses his ultimates, haha. But if you look at the later games of Enemy, really a concentrated effort. You saw a lot of skill and a lot of success, honestly, out of Jerby, despite putting numbers in the win column. So maybe that'll actually change things around here in relegation. Taking a look at the left side, taking a look at the right side, taking a look at the whole map. Awesome to the Max is severely winning his lane. Enemy just down to about a hair an HP bar.
Right there, strangely, Skeledon not finding the initiation he needed. Unrelinquished going to be heading back to the base. I'm expecting teleport.
It's got to be.
That's
against
trouble.
the Sun Wukong, yeah, there's going to be the teleport right away. Rank 3, so he'll be able to teleport just every 2 minutes.
Now remember, beads, teleport, 0 defense. Which means in the end game.
Oh, he's got Blink.
Yeah. I mean, Tier has to go all in. Now, Awesome to the Max gets to go into teleport for free and still get beats or shell or weakening.
Well, Blink, it's also unrelinquished, sort of showing his hand. Tier can go multiple routes, tanky or aggressive. Hold that thought. Is there going to be a fight? Yes, there will be.
4v3.
Blink in, and there's a stun, but a beautiful turnaround from the Sylvanas. Ymir will channel everything, and Roma Invicta over the top, and Turtle Man, the unknown, gets the first blood for Enemy Esports.
Chris Pocket! Oh my god, he's still alive! How long until Best has the shotgun up again? He's trying for it. He's stunned! He's controlled it! He's destroyed Chris Pocket with the sick jukes coming out big.
Sick jukes, but also a crazy wall. Enemy Esports lined up one by one, 3 bodies blocking Chris Pocket completely. Nothing would penetrate that except for spells, and there just weren't any of them.
So with that, we should also note that Jerby actually stole those mid camps as well, plus they're getting the right side. This is an unadulterated massacre here in the early game. It's only 800 gold, but like that level of pressure is going to put everyone on notice on Team Rival. And look at this. Awesome to the Max still hasn't backed yet, still winning the lane.
And it's also just setting the pace, setting the title for the game, essentially. When you come in and you make a play like that off of a counter initiate, you're just telling your opponent, this is how we're ready to play, and if you want to do something, you're going to have to do it just a little bit better. First blood and the follow-up kill taken by Enemy Esports, already off to a great start in the first game of what will be a best of 5.
Look at that. Bologna already sitting on 1,860 gold. Now, she can go directly into full boots, which would probably be the biggest damage increase overall. Right. But she also has access, of course, to the Iqbal, as well as Boots 1. We'll see what she chooses to go for when she decides to back. Awesome to the Max teleport, still not up for 35 seconds. Unrelinquished can back freely at his whim.
Jeremy gets a little bit of poke out from that Ymir. So much damage early on from the passive of Frostbite and the freeze coming out from Ymir. And a little aggression to the left-hand lane, and that looks to be a dead Rom. It's just a matter of time. One more basic, and Turtle Man puts him in the ground.
He didn't even need to get the basic. Eventually, he would have just died to that archer. That one single archer would have ended his career.
I mean, early right here, it's a dot, essentially. Minions are very, 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 very powerful in Smite early on. Freeze! Carpet! Jeremy gets the pull! Beautiful play, and Mathiri gets credit for that as shards of ice explode all over the Isis.
That's what we were looking at for Met Yankee. That's what we expected.
Yep.
Huge play. Austin to the max going to be sent back for the second time here. How much gold in hand does he have?
Wow.
Enough. Boots are done.
Now, Met Yankee is a long-time player. He's been playing for a long time. Hasn't really ascended to the top level just yet.
Look at this. Best coming over here. They're chasing it down.
Nice.
One gets caught looking. Good freeze from Etheria. Portal.
Where's the dash? Where's the dash? Where's the dash?
Turtle
Man, you've got no turtle plan. And down you will go to the Rom in the air. Vesius gets the kill.
That's a really big win right there. Getting him some extra gold to try to catch up is going to be big, considering Turtle Man was both of the early kills on enemy esports. So that's going to bring him closer, not quite evening it out, but again, we're seeing this dynamic of Transcendence versus the Devs gloves, although there's definitely a huge stack difference there.
You know what itemization choice I really want to see here, Brandon?
From whom?
From Medusa.
What do you got?
Active. I want to see a shell.
Shell?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Turtles have shells.
Was that whole thing for that?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were going to have some amazing logic to why that
No,
would be
Turtle Man with the shell. How could you not want the Turtle Man to have a shell?
Slapbox spike going over in solo lane as we pretend that didn't happen. Then again, neither of the solo laners are going to pretend that happened either, considering neither of them has taken any relevant damage.
Just a little bit of boxing.
God, I love the solo lane, man.
They're just... The word collusion is so scary, but they just want to be at the top of the player damage. That's all it is.
Just come fight me. Just come fight. No one's coming. I'll tell you where my jungler is.
From enemy. Ooh, with a great wall. Team rival isolates one member. But
That's three.
Three of them stunned, one in the air, and Skeleton still wants to be aggressive. In from the side comes the tier. He's going to push just awesome to the max, and that's really not going to bother the
He doesn't have a way out.
Too much. Medusa stuck. That's going to be shards of ice, and the wall damage is good. Jeremy gets the kill, but so does the best. That's a 1-for-1 thus far.
Wow, Skeleton getting very low. Portal down.
Bang.
Not going to be enough. They needed one more hit. Very low is Geb right here. Take it to the sky. Rama looking for it. Finds one. Third hit coming down. Not going to be necessary. Overall, even trade.
Vesalius gets that kill blind, hidden behind the wall. Rama gets the snipe. Fun stuff. 5-4 read the kills. Enemy esports just an inch ahead.
Now look at this.
Gold is irrelevant, but it's there.
Comeback has been real from Rival, really showing that they can match up to this level of play. And, honestly, there's no major shy of talent on the side of enemy esports. Chris Pocket has been in the SPL multiple times, right? Turtle Man, brand new, but Jerby Man. We're going to call him Jerby Man today.
Jerby Man.
Jerby has been one of the longest standing members of competitive Smite. Skeleton always on that cusp of greatness, and Awesome to the Max, probably the strongest member of enemy esports throughout the entire last split.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Awesome to the Max, we've already talked about it, but once this guy gets a platform, I think he can... I called him the next Cyclone Spin almost. He's a diamond in the rough that needs a platform to really excel, and then people will realize just how strong this player is. I mean, I watched him on some lesser teams throughout the Challenger Cup last year, saw what he did in the SPL, and consistently just wins his lane, impacts the game later on, and does exactly what you want your solo laner to do.
All right, F-Dot, time to place some bets here. We got a cudgel coming out from Awesome to the Max. Frostbound or Runeforge?
I believe, knowing Awesome to the Max, I think we'll see a Frostbound. He likes to go a little bit aggressive.
I agree.
Runeforge will also be a great pickup, but as we said, knowing how the players work out, I think we'll see something more aggressive.
We should note that since it's a magical jungle, he's not getting full use out of that defensive passive. So going into the major health gain plus the slows, I think is probably a better bet. Across the way, we have the Steel Mail. Again, place your bets. I'm going to call Mystical on this one.
Mystical, it's the auto win for physical versus physical in the solo lane. You just all of a sudden stop having to care about the damage you're going to take. Mystical Mail just takes so much of that off the front load. And left-hand cam's going to go to enemy. Rival shows no interest.
Whose ward is that? It's an enemy esports ward, but who actually placed it? Click it.
Which individual?
It's blue.
Oh.
Okay. So it is enemies. All right. Just making sure. The red ward belongs to the blue team. It's very confusing.
Yes, it definitely is. Just a little bit. We'll see Jeremy back here.
Unrelinquished still going even here. Golden hand, please, Hinduman, as we check how close Awesome to the Max is. Let's see. He needs about 400 more gold to be able to get into that Frostbound Hammer, about 200 more to go into Runeforged.
Skilladon's been making his way to the mid lane, but he's caught out just a little bit. A great freeze is going to be good. Now, where's the rest? Skilladon, Geb Shield, really no problem there. And Team Rival, once again, will walk away from these mid cans, but they won't walk away from the fight. Blink in, Wrath of Terra, followed up by the stun out of Geb. They're going to focus the Geb, looking at him. Team Rival needs a little more damage. Not enough.
Look at the turnaround. Skilladon going to find a double. They're looking at Vesalius. He will be portaled out. And, dude, that Spirit Gun swinging away. But Best not having the courage to go through. Awesome to the Max, going for the teleport. Looks like he is just there to defend. He'll probably go back to the solo.
Just showing up to just the spacing. Your presence alone can impact so much. You don't even have to push your button sometimes, and that's exactly what the monkey does. Shows up and sends Unrelinquished back to the solo lane.
So we're looking at the Gold Fury here as Turtle Man starts to rotate back towards the duo. Nothing really to be gained. You'll see Awesome to the Max massively leading player damage. Oh my god.
That's by a lot. And a lot of it, I mean, that's what we were talking about with the slap fight over in solo lane. So a lot of it might be quote-unquote irrelevant damage, but he has impacted a little bit.
I mean, like, Tyr was going even with him in lane, and Tyr's damage was half.
That's true. That's the one kill and the one assist that you see on the Monkey King right there. Level 13, although not too much of a lead over his opponent, just about 300 gold, and that's pretty much the result of the kill.
So, again, there's still an open active slot for him as well. We see Awesome to the Max choosing not to grab anything just yet. It's probably going to be a shell, considering the fact that they already have a Weakening Curse. I think the hidden gem here, though, Girdle of Might. Or rather, Girdle of Support.
Right. Girdle of Support impacts the whole team. Girdle of Might only impacts one, although it's a little more concentrated. Now,
Actually,
Bologna
Girdle
has
of
the
Might
shell.
affects everyone. Girdle of Inner Power only affects one. I got you, fam. No
Thank
problem. Look at that, though! 3 people hit again!
Up in the air is Rom. Who's his target? Shell's good on everybody, thanks to the Roma Invicta herself.
Wow.
Geb will roll out, no problem, as Skilladon drops the hammer on Matheria. One more time! That's a double kill. 1, 2, Spirit Wings!
Oh, Jerby!
Basic.
He got him, though.
Doesn't even need it. Throws the ball in his face, and Jerbzilla takes the kill.
Again, though, Chris Pocket escapes with 1% of his health left.
Where's the tier?
Yeah, Unrelinquished trying to find another kill here. Jerby should be able to escape. He's going to make sure that they don't do the Gold Fury. That Mystical Mail will do a lot of damage as well. Jerby looking for the kill, though. Silence going to miss. Spirit Ball, however, will hit. Lacerate. Fearless. Healing is reduced.
Oh my goodness,
Got
that's not quite. Awesome to the Max, preventing any idea of escape for the tier. It's such a long windup for Lawbringer to come out of that.
Met Yankees coming in here. No ultimate available for 35.
Uh-oh. That Yankee, he's going to be poked out. Now, I don't expect a kill from Awesome to the Max despite being 4 levels ahead, but Met Yankee just showing his face. Gold Fury does die, and Rival really has nothing to do here. Unfortunately for them, they are now down 4,000 gold. That's going to be the first tangible lead here in our game 1 of 5, 13 minutes in, 12-5. Enemy looking very strong and want to keep their SPL spot.
You know, the pros really came out to play today, right? Both teams went down to relegations. They're like, we're not giving up our spots. We got to play our hearts out and make sure that we stay with this. Right now, experience difference and gold difference massively in their favor at the almost 14-minute mark. They just got the Gold Fury. They've won almost every fight so far.
I mean, this also goes to show, not to downplay Rival or the other, or Noble, but this also goes to show just the level of play differential between your SPL teams and not. I mean, these teams in relegation, they're the bottom of the league. It took a lot for them to win just 1 or 2 games each, and here you see them absolutely running these games. It's just a huge skill differential. So you guys at home, talking in chat, these teams will beat you.
Oh, yeah. No, very badly, too.
Yes.
I have seen some of the Yomi now Team Rival scrims, and I can tell you that their potential to beat a top-tier team, maybe not extremely relevant, is still getting close. Met Yankee very low, though. Skilladon going to find another kill.
Uh-oh.
Matheria getting low as well. Will they dive this Heavenly Agility? Hell yeah, they're going to go for it.
And now we have the best looking for some kills on the Giannis Shards of Ice channeled underneath the tower. Jerby's taking it, but a great Geb portal, or shield rather, will help him mitigate some of that damage. So a defense is good, but they do lose their solo laner and support. Met Yankee and Unrelinquished will find themselves waiting in a timeout.
Vesalius skipping a little bit. There could be some lag on his end. Needs to be very mindful of the fights that he chooses against a Medusa in that case.
Medusa with the able to weave around that passive is quietly strong. A lot of times you can overlook it. She just moves side to side real fast. But when you're boxing her right there in the thick of things, it can really make an impact.
We're looking at best here, going for another steal. No, not going to find it. So with that, you'll see the goal difference and experience difference still definitely in enemy's favor. Team Rival being very careful about the fights that they're choosing at this point.
It's great to see Best back in the mid lane. Best is a character that he found himself in the solo lane for a long time. Turnaround ult is great. Defensive ult from Turtleman will do exactly what he needs to do. Metnia or Mytheria will look at that as a win, though. Medusa ult is a huge team fight deterrent and attack, so that'll be good for Team Rival to have off.
Mytheria, though, a little bit of a panic on that freeze there. That freeze was a reactionary effort to the CC immune ultimate coming out. Not sure why he chose to do that. And while I agree it's a win, I just don't see enemy fighting within the next 90 seconds. I don't think it's going to hurt them.
Right. So it's a potential for a win is what we should say. The ultimate is down, but it's only a win if you want to convert it. And right here in the solo lane, well, we've reached that point, ladies and gentlemen. That was a full Fearless Power Cleave combo, and also the max, his health bar did not care.
Look at that. Player damage still rocking all the way on top. Not only is Wukong incredibly strong, but also to the max. Some of the best potential in the solo lane on the character. I mean, maybe not a Divios, right? But it's still very high-level play.
Yeah, it's one of the up-and-comers at the absolute very least.
You'll notice that the best actually is not rocking the rival tag.
Interesting.
He has an SM orc.
Fantastic. I did hear that the best was simply filling in this week. We'll have to see how long this goes on. Whoa! Will prevent the rollout long-range stun from Jerby. Not going to hit. So that's going to be a missed opportunity for enemy esports. Big rotation.
I really like that wall. Mytheria really showing good presence of mind on that engagement. If that Geb had made it through into the Cataclysm, it could have been bad. But
could have been.
He stopped it.
It was a slaughter. There was 3 people there. That would have been very, very poor. But as we said, great play by the jungler Mytheria on this Ymir. The heads-up play to throw the wall out and prevent the roll. It's going to be great. Taking a look at the differentials, 4,500 gold in the way of enemy esports, as well as a slew of experience. Everything's coming up Millhouse for the team in blue.
Don't do that. Come on.
Don't do what?
Come on.
That's my go-to phrase.
Coming up Millhouse.
I love that phrase.
3 versus 3. Double freeze. Spirit gun. Or rather, Spirit ball. Excuse me. Look at that damage, though.
So much damage out of the best. And really out of just Giannis. Unrelinquished, stuck behind, pushes 2 in the way! Rival's going to get a lot of damage on for that one. Enemy esports trying to do what they can. Damage onto the first target. Tear flips out, and Awesome cannot get him because of a great freeze from Mytheria.
Yeah, Mytheria definitely just saved Tear there. One cudgel probably would have been enough to take him down. But he escapes just barely, though. Red moving down the mid lane. Oh, raw pull coming out. Jerby in some trouble here. Yeah, Awesome to the max, forced to take to the sky. Skeleton's in the jungle right now. That tier 1 will fall.
This is high-level play. I love to see the force of the tower this early.
And look at this. Right to the Gold Fury.
Yep.
They're going to have to try to stop this here. Are there any blinks online for enemy? No.
Not quite.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Geb does have his.
Oh, he does. It is up. It's Blink 1, but it is available. Right now, Gold Fury, 50%. Gold Fury, 50%. Watch in. There's the jump from Awesome to the max. He's got the slow on everyone. Vesalius going down to the monkey. Awesome to the max, going to keep on going. Mytheria trying to lay the carpet onto Medusa. Both teams have split up, and that's all they're going to get. Jerby falls, and that's it. Or Vesalius falls. Jerby has fell earlier, and that'll be it. 1 for 1, sort of.
Lacerate is down. No, they're not going to go for it. Very surprised to see Best not use the Spirit Gun to drop ship through that one. And they had the opportunity to reinitiate. They don't take it. Awesome to the max in the front line by himself. Decent damage thrown to the mage and escapes beautifully.
That's exactly what a Sun Wukong is supposed to do. He's supposed to be in the middle, be annoying,
There's no more annoying character in the game. He pokes you with spells that you can't dodge.
You run away no matter what. You get an extra life button.
Yeah. Look at this. Jerby in there with the circle of protection. Nice stun coming out. Mytheria should fall here. Gold Fury still available.
We need damage onto the Gold Fury from either team for it to fall. Enemy claims the objective, and they've not done with the fight. Awesome to the max claims the life of the best. That's going to be a dead mid laner.
Nice.
Over the top comes Roma Invicta. Ram misses 3 shots, but he gets 1. I guess he just missed 2. And also the Max picks up the life of the solo later.
The disarm right there stops Veselius from being able to pressure forward. That's going to be all she wrote on that one. Scale it on, finding another one. 19-8 plus the Gold Fury. Hinderman back to the graphs.
What a just pure confidence play right there. Enemy Esports pushes Team Rival off of the Gold Fury, turns things around. They get 1 kill, and that's enough for them to want to take it themselves. They go ahead, and, well, the graphs tell the story.
Look at this, 20 minutes in right now. They're taking another tower. Actually, no, that's their first tower.
Yep.
Wow.
6,500 gold exactly is the gold difference between these two teams. 19-8, little big of a lead for Enemy in this first game, but it's a best of 5, and to be fair, this one isn't over. In this new meta, Brandon, we've seen games go very long, and late game can even things up.
But, you know, the real star here of this game has been Awesome to the Max. Highest level is that highest farm as well. Looks like it. You know, most damage done. Can we check damage done charts? Has that changed?
No,
not even close. In fact, he has actually separated himself farther as he leads by about 4,600. Awesome to the Max, complete control, showing to be the real breakout player here.
Yeah, I mean, we warned you folks at home. We warned you folks at home as we take a look at the XP per minute. 720.
Over 100.
Huge. And I mean, that's what you have to expect out of the solo later. He's able to do so much and rotate, especially with the Wukong pick. Highly mobile, highly disruptive, and awesome to the max.
So he's going to be choosing Heavenly Agility, it seems. Love this pickup. Anything that's going to give them extra control against slows is going to be huge. Unrelinquished, again, getting stunned out here, taking a lot of damage. Will they choose to chase this? Jeremy has done a lot. Circular protection is available.
Yeah, Jeremy got the stun, unable to do the damage with the Wing Gust, unfortunately. So instead, Enemy Esports will group up as 5 in the middle lane, looking at the objective. Where are those minions? They're halfway down the lane. They're coming up now, but has it been too long? Looks like Enemy will stick to their guns, and they're going to stay here in the mid lane, looking for the fight. Netheria is on the outside with Blink available, and that might be problems.
They're going to go right in. Chris Pocket blinks, doesn't find much besides a shockwave. Veselius still uses Rolling Assault there. A little bit of panic might hurt him in the long run.
It's great, though, that Geb did not use his ultimate despite it being available. Chris Pocket showing trigger discipline and not being baited into the immediate Blink Cataclysm if it's not a good look.
We saw 2 whiffed Cataclysms in the last game. Turtle Man taking some damage here. Unrelinquished back in. Ooh. Good wall. Matheri's going to block him out, but still finds a decent shot there. Matheri's taking a lot. They're chasing him down. Acid Spray doing a ton.
Wrath of Terra knocks Enemy Esports up, but through the shell, the damage won't be much, and the immediate turnaround. Roma Invicta into the Jingu. Bang! Also to the Max cleans up that kill. Also to the Max cleans up the solo lane kill. Up in the air is Rom. We'll take a look. Chris Pocket, a little bit too tanky.
Why would you choose the tank, my friend? To be fair, his options were tank, or Bologna, who's pretty much a tank. Mystical Male, 5th item, a little bit curious, but either way.
Ooh, Matheria, walls up, hauls up.
Oh,
Skeleton just barely getting away.
Best did not throw that in the proper route, and thus still forces it away. A surrender vote comes through. They saw their I guess, dream slip away as they lose that fight massively, 3-0.
Man. On the top of everything except Golden Hand is all to the awesome to the max. We've said his name a number of times, and I think it's warranted.
Man, let's go through 1 to 10. Let's see the charts here. Number 1, yep, gold per minute's awesome to the max. Number 2, Golden Hand doesn't count. Number 3, awesome to the max. 4, awesome to the max. 5, wards placed. No, awesome's actually close to the bottom there. Shame on you, awesome. Minion kills. I actually thought that would have been awesome to the max, but me too. Look at Best bringing out that farm.
Minion kills is actually a very interesting stat for a solo later. He's been rotating more, so he hasn't been able to top the charts of those minion kills, and it's you can sort of see that in the pudding.
And then at the end there, you can see he also led that final chart. I mean, he's just had such an incredible game so far. Lawbringer already down, stun into stun. Good heal. Looks like the Red Fearless already on cooldown. He's not going to have a great escape from here. This should be the tower.
Tier just a little bit too tanky. He won't lose his life, but he will lose his structure. Chris Pocket walks in to tank it. In comes Medusa, and it's just a matter of time before this one falls. 2 members of Team Rival on the back end. No reason to defend this, Brandon. It's just 500 gold. A little bit of map pressure, but it's just 500.
Honestly, I think that was a really, really good play from Enemy. They didn't need to kill Tier there. They got his teleport on cooldown already. They have a lot of pressure onto the right side of the map. They forced him back. You know, this Fire Giant may be a little crazy.
It's not free. There's 4 members of Team Rival here as Rom is doing work in the left-hand lane, doing the split push. Mytheria is controlled like a remote, and Jeremy gets the kill for that one. Tons of damage onto the Ice Giant. Unrelinquished, in a little bit of trouble, but we saw how tanky he was earlier. Stunned out, bludgeoned out, smacked down is Skeleton, and there's only 3 members left from Team Rival. 2 of them are present. The Fire Giant will be started by enemy. We'll see if the best and...
Oh, Skeleton took a big hit. Forced Best away, though. Best still has his ultimate available to bring them back in.
Mages are the new hog. Keep that in mind.
Vesalius still here as well.
Little early for the Isis ult. That might be curtains. In comes the teleport on the right-hand side from Awesome to the Max. That is a problem.
Oh,
the Best gets a kill on the Skeleton. Enemy does secure their own Fire Giant, and they're going to chase 3 members of Team Rival away. Whether or not they do it with kills is a different story. Jeremy picks up 1 onto the Long Islander, Met Yankee.
There was just no trouble there whatsoever for Awesome. He goes into that fight, completely runs it, backs to the base for full health, teleports back in, and helps them find another.
Yep.
I mean, that is what you're looking at from the solo laner. You need to be playing that zoning control. So far, Unrelinquished hasn't had that same level of pressure. The fact that he went into that Jotuns has really hurt him because he's not tanky enough. The 2 times that we've seen him escape from what seemed like certain death, he used 3 dashes, or rather 2 dashes and a giant overarching CC immune leap.
Yeah, he's tanky. Not as tanky as he could be, I suppose. I love the cheeky teleport play, though. That's stuff that we see out of players like Omega, the world champion Omega. So to be able to use those teleports in smarter ways than just getting back to the lane, sort of like the old Athena ult, back heal up, and Athena ult back in order to be able to use that and teleport on the right side of things, that's a level of positioning that really separates you from the rest.
So while the Gold Fury gets started, F-Dot, we're going to bring the polling back up. We're going to open up the betting rounds one more time. And we're going to say, we see an Ancient Blade being picked up on Awesome to the Max. All 3 items are viable here. Him being able to stick to people with Fatalis is crazy, especially since he's already swinging with Jotun's Wrath. He also has the ability to go into Wing Wand for slow immunity, health, and cooldown reduction, although actually that cooldown reduction would put him completely overcast.
Spirit Robe.
Right?
Yep.
Or Wingblade. Being able to shut down the damage from Vesalius, reduce the damage of Unrelinquished, can be very helpful.
Well,
I'm hoping it's Fatalis.
I don't think it's going to be Fatalis.
Come on, man.
I mean, I love Hastings Fatalis. Shouts to production. Hastings Kumtalis, one of the better builds in Smite right now.
Dude, by the way, Fatalis Telkine's Ring Geb is the realest.
Stop it. What are you, paper bat? This is a paper bat build. I'm not with it.
You got Mystical Mail in there, dude?
No. All right, you can play that. I'll play Hastings Kumtalis, and we'll call it a day.
You're going to get bodied, son. You better need...
88-0 for that build right there. Enemy Esports barking down the left-hand side. They've got the belt. That is Fire Giant, and they're doesn't afraid of anything. In comes the stun from Awesome to the Max, and he's just pushing. He's just pushing. Look at the spacing. This is the classic warrior solo lane.
Soul Reaver, though, doing some damage. He's not going to have that for another minute. Awesome to the Max does take some damage.
He's fine.
Geb Shield back up in 2. Are they going to go to the mid lane? It seems so. Take another tier 2. Yeah,
taking the Phoenix would be a little much. Phoenix is where Team Rival is ready to throw everything out. So by getting away from there and going elsewhere, it's a good choice by Enemy Esports so that they are moderate. They're not too aggressive. They're just the right amount.
Unrelinquished going to be the one pausing there. This will be the first timeout used by the side of the now rival team, formerly Yomi. Enemy Esports looking to close this one out, though. Remember, this is a best-of-5 set. First team to win 3 games will find themselves in the Pro League.
And this is one of the things that I absolutely love about Smite, sure, but esports in general is just how clear the path is. I mean, Team Yomi, they signed up as 5 friends to an open tournament, essentially. And then 7-10 weeks later, they're sponsored, going for a chance to be professionals at this game. It's a beautiful thing how transparent the whole scene is.
So another tier 2 will fall, another 1,500 gold gained as they turn to the right side. While we have this transition, Hindu Man, bring up the graphs.
Goal difference, almost 12,000.
It's gonna
on the side of the SPL.
It's gonna be 13
there.
here.
Enemy Esports looking very strong. Interesting on the side of Sylvanas, weakening curse.
Yeah, a little bit strange. They have, of course, the Isis heal. They're trying to shut it down.
Really?
Yeah, well, they have that.
Awesome to the Max's ultimate.
Bologna heals.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Scourge is, I mean, it's there.
She used to heal.
I mean, it's there. It's sort of like calling Cheetos food, technically. It's not actual food.
It's not food. That is not. It's not food. Things are poison.
Bart loves them. I think it explains a lot.
Yeah, that sounds about right. 30 minutes into this game, Enemy Esports with a pretty outstanding lead. Fire Giant falls off. Coming back up in 50 seconds. Expect them to back, spend money, heal up, and be ready to fight.
Now, one of the cool things that we're here in SMITE Season 2 is that there's a 13,000 gold differential. It is absorbent on the side of Enemy Esports.
Look at that. Look at that change.
With all that said and all that information taken in, Team Rival sticks it out for 7-10 more minutes. It's an even game.
It's possible, yeah. I mean, they have a lot of work to do in that time, though. Realistically, it comes down to the place where everybody throws, right? The Fire Giant.
Fire Giant footsies.
They got to be careful. I mean, realistically, if Enemy Esports messes up this engagement, the game could end.
Yes, we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen multiple times by one of the most... I mean, well, Jerby was on the side of one of the biggest Fire Giant swings in recent memory in the spring split, if I'm not mistaken. So things can change with the flip of a coin very, very casually, as we see the Fire Giant picked up casually by Enemy.
Wow, yeah, that's so far looking pretty free. They're gonna, it looks like, abandon and go right for the shot. Speaking of shots, Best with an 800 unit right to the chest. Turtleman also gonna take that Soul Reaver as well. Falls immediately down to 40% health.
That's gonna push him out of the fight.
Yikes.
So much so that we'll see Turtleman back. That is an interesting bit of information that I wonder if Team Rival knows.
Yeah, Mytheria might have had a line to the edge of that animation. Not 100% sure on that one, though.
That's a lot of info. Having the Medusa, not only is he your hunter, but he's a Medusa. Huge team fight implications. And from the looks of it, I don't think Team Rival knows. They did not. They would have engaged.
They did not take the power play. Sending a lot of damage to Awesome to the max. They're going to regret that one as Chris Pocket just rolls on in. Not a lot of damage coming out from the Medusa there as Unrelinquished finds himself in the back line. Look at this. Yeah, he took a lot of damage there. Oh, Skeleton only finding one, though.
There's the stun onto Mytheria. Half HP. Ultimate from the Geb is going to be good, but is it good enough? Enemy Esports following things up. Mytheria gets a kill. Chris Pocket claims the life of Mytheria.
That should be a free Fire Giant. No one really healthy enough to defend this except for Met Yankee, and supports don't do that anymore.
Yep. Orange is the new black, mages are the new hog. There just isn't that much damage on hog anymore. We don't even see it picked up.
They're back. They're back. Best is here with his ultimate. Unrelinquished taking a lot of damage, though. Nice, Fearless, but no, he will go down.
Skeleton gets credit for that one. Up in the air is Met Yankee. He's looking at Velicium. Stun will be stopped by the minions.
No.
Roll out is Gab, and they're going to chase this one, folks.
Yeah, they should have this. Awesome to the max, about to clean this one up.
Smack.
Yeah, there's the kill. Nice knock up by Geb as well. Chris Pocket.
Jerby is so low, but there's absolutely
Jerby's
no threat.
mid lane.
There's no threat.
Awesome to the max is solo. I heard production all go, ugh, at the same time.
Yeah. I heard everyone in Twitch chat just go, ugh, all across America and otherwise. Vesalius.
Oh, man.
All right, you know what? I will take that one. I have been mispronouncing Vesalius' name all day.
Vesalius.
That's
my boy.
Valicia? Ezra?
Selena? Selena Rosa?
My heart will go on? Oh, wait, that's Celine
Shing's
Dion.
sister.
Stella!
That was weird. All right. So Chris Pocket in the front line, fighting Mytheria and Met Yankee. Keeping him off. Fire Giant, though, standing strong.
Warding aggressively is enemy. By putting the ward right there, they're not going to see anything because it will be immediately countered.
Awesome to the max here, right into the front. Trying to battle out Mytheria, neither player taking a lot of damage. Should note Mytheria is still level 17.
Ooh,
33
wall.
minutes in.
I love to watch the wall. Cat Stun came out, and Mytheria put the wall right in front of him, unable to do so. Fire Giant very low. Ice's ultimate is good!
Yeah, they got that.
And enemy takes it.
Look at
Jeremy
that.
picks up the life of the Best as well. Turtle Man with his turtle plan doing his damage onto Met Yankee despite being a tank, getting chunked.
Yeah.
Mytheria falls down to the Monkey King, and one remains. Two on the side.
Yeah, that's the game there. They know it's over. Beautiful ending there from Enemy Esports. Absolutely